Yo, what's up, YouTube? I'm live. If I could develop, some relationships with people in Springfield that are doing the log journey and want to, sit back and talk about it, I do that. You know what I mean? I'm all for, like self-love, not harming people and, just expressing who I am as a person. Because I have a very unique story. I love it, you know what I mean? I don't want to sell it, you know what I mean? I don't want to sell nothing about myself to the world. These are free posts, like it's enough to get to know somebody. Like, I'm not going to sell you myself to make you get to know me. Like, you either want to know me or you don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. That's one of the beauties of not being bought and sold is like you don't have to sugarcoat anything. You don't owe nobody nothing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not bought, you know what I mean? So, as long as you agree with my proofreader, we cool. But if my proofreader, which is God, which is Jesus, you feel me? Then we cool, you know what I mean? Like I got a proofreader, you know what I mean? Like I learned how to read and write by praying to God while I was in college. That he teaching me how to, pass tests for me. I didn't actually ask him to teach me how to read. I asked him to, you know, I support. You know what I mean? I never really asked for stuff as far as like, cause I knew what I wanted. You know what I mean? And I just wanted support. And so Jesus was my muse for support. And that came along with a whole host of characters who benefit from support. You know what I mean? Support, people who need support get benefits from, being supported. You know what I mean? So I always make sure that I give credit and honor to Jesus Christ for support. These locks right now, they're all about, there's a selfishness to it, you know what I mean? It is hero worship, you know what I mean? Like Jesus was my hero, so when I'm rocking my locks, I've always saw strength in hair. My mother's boyfriend had a Jerry curl. It was cool back then. Like I'm from Chicago, I'm 38. Anybody that say they didn't know somebody with a Jerry curl is not telling the truth. You know what I mean? Like you knew somebody or you had one or you wanted to get one, you know what I mean, and try to look Mexican or Latino or mixed with white. I think most people did it to look mixed with white. But I did it to be cool. I didn't have big brothers or a dad or anything or uncles and things. And then my uncles, they had, curly hair. My ancestry is not 100% black. My ancestry is Greek, Mexican, and white. Greek, Mexican, and white. And, it might be some other stuff in there too, but, that may contribute to my soft hair. I don't have thick African American descent hair. You know what I mean? I don't have a history with Africa, and it's best not to force a relationship. I don't have a history with Jamaica. I do have a history. I have relationships that I have with Jamaican women, so. And those are probably the most attentive, thoughtful women I met until I met a sister from Georgia. That was the best thing that happened to me. I even met my wife in Georgia, so shout out Georgia. You know what I mean? Life really starts when you find a woman, whether it ends good or bad. You might say, what are you breaking the rubber bands for, right? I'm breaking rubber bands because I kind of know Jesus advised me against like putting things in my hair. But my thing, you know what I mean? And I don't like to go again because that's like my dad. Jesus is really like a father to me, more than a savior or a hero. It's like, you know, he's like everything that a kid growing up without masculine support, a dad, like if you can't have a dad, you know, physical with all the great qualities, and you know, even if you have a dad with less than great qualities, you know, you do have a God, you do have Jesus. So, you know, take his hand and do your best. You know, always give your best. All my tattoos, I tried not to have any negative tattoos. One big thing I'm against is negativity. So all my tattoos represent something positive that I liked or was really, you know what I mean? It was positive, or, you know, like, okay, I will explain my tattoos. I know sometimes these live videos, they don't show clearly to the receiver of the live post, but I will like try to explain some of my tattoos. Everybody's got these tattoo stories, right? I looked up to Tupac. You know, Tupac had all his tattoos, you know, they were his. My tattoos are mine. I'm from the 90s. Anybody in the 90s that, you know, tattoos weren't even big in the black community until Tupac. Like, I didn't follow Dennis Rodman's personality. I didn't follow nothing about Dennis Rodman. I just knew he was a great basketball player, and I found out later that he had tattoos. So a lot of people were influenced by Dennis Rodman tattoos. I was sport illiterate, you know what I mean? So I really didn't, you know, my heroes were writers. I've always been big about words and expressing myself, because when you're illiterate, you know, you talk. You know what I mean? Illiterate people talk. Illiterate people are obsessed with how intelligent people use words. You know what I mean? Like, words have always been a factuation of mine. Hair and words. Long time relationship. Loving words, loving hair. Real talk. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see this video. If I do videos, I'm going to do it live because Apple is bullshitting my phone. I don't know how to erase all the bag up messages and information out of my iCloud, which is really a headache. I meant to call those people, but until I call Apple or T-Mobile, you know, all that shit saved in my iCloud is stopping me from recording. So if I ever heard anything or anybody talk about Jesus or use his words, you best believe I was on you. You know, I've been on you. I'm following you. I've always double checked your words. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people come off cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I've learned that, you know, they might use the words of the big homie and then flip it to their own, which you're supposed to do if you're developing your voice. But, you know, I've only one person that I heard really shout out Jesus unapologetically, and Stern was Bob Marley. A lot of his music is 100% with me, you know what I mean? As far as I know, you know, I don't want to give more credit than it's due, because I don't know the man personally. Like, all my heroes are dead. You know what I mean? All my heroes are long gone. Never met any of these guys, you know what I'm saying? Going back to Tupac and the tattoos, trying to keep this on a straight path. You know, bounce around a lot when you're freestyling shit. But okay, so with Tupac, you know, you end up with a lot of tattoos if you follow them. All my tattoos, you know, these all upper body, no lower body tattoos. So neck tattoos, you know, bam. You can't even make them out. You know, I had to probably take a picture of all my tattoos and show you. Shit, the police got them. You know, you go to jail, they gonna like, what the fuck tattoo is this? You ain't got no negativity on me. You ain't got me hate nobody. One of the best tattoos I like, and people confuse it with Moses. People confuse who else? I don't know, but like after I got out of coma, before I went into a coma, I actually saw God. Or people say you saw yourself, but I've never seen myself look that good. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm not loving myself and I look more amazing than I think. But you know, we all got to deal with our history growing up in America. You know what I mean? And the whitewash of black identity. So, you know. But anyway, this tattoo, which is dope because I do have Greek in my blood. You know, that's Zeus, one of the best tattoos, and it was probably the most closest image that I had to Moses. Look at that. It look like my little hair right here. Look at that little hair. You know, that's supposed to be hair, but it's Zeus. Whole tricep of Zeus. You can't even see it. Like, you know, I would probably rather be having somewhere that I could see it, but if you look at the back of my arm, you know it's Zeus. But people confuse it with Moses. You know, hey, it could be Moses too. I like Moses, one of the best characters that I really admired growing up. Moses, you know. So, you know, like you see he got hair, right? You know, hair is always, you know what I mean? My thing, when I did see God, I didn't see hair. I saw like that right there. You know what I mean? A face. You know what I mean? Like I ain't see no facial hair neither. It was like a young image, maybe between a baby and a 35-year-old. So it was in between both of those. And they were like going against each other. Like one was young forever and one was young forever. 35 is young, so 38 is young too. But it was a real beautiful, strong face. It was an upper body, torso, really muscular. You know, if I wasn't in a wheelchair and stuff like that, or lost my wife and my family, then I would achieve that upper body bust that I saw. It was beautiful. It was like, this dude is dumb strong, you know what I mean? Not this dude, but God is like really like this powerful dude. It's like indie glow. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, like I'm stuck, afraid, like, you know what I mean? Like everybody always warn you if you see God, you messed up. And I did get hit by a truck after that, you know what I mean? After I had a dream about carrying the car door, I was hit, you know what I mean? So maybe I did mess up, you know? But he showed me pulling myself back together, a million pieces broken up, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm recovering those million pieces and trying to leave out the garbage or messing with people or bothering people, you know what I mean? And, you know, and once you learn about the nature of demoralization, I want to say something about it, you know what I mean? But, you know, my intentions is not to like do anything but recover myself as an individual. Like, even though, you know, I'm hit by a wheelchair. Like, I didn't have a history before that. I grew up alone. So I was just putting things together anyway, trying to achieve the American dream, trying to find myself. So that million pieces, you know, like I don't accept any new information. I'm just putting together the things that I've gathered before I got hit by a truck, you know, and just loved myself and what I am, you know what I mean, and not try to gain anything, you know what I mean, or profit from anything. Like, that's why I don't sell anything, you know what I mean? So this is the dopest. This is King Tut tattoo. Took me 2 years to put some color in it because chest tattoos hurt, stomach tattoos hurt, you know what I mean? Every tattoo hurt, you know. I've never got one where I said it didn't hurt. Now I may have been on Percocet when I did the back tattoo, so that may have like contributed to the shit not like killing me, you know what I mean? But it was like a two process tattoo. Hold on. Let me show you. See if you can see it. Says truth. You know what I mean? So hold on, let's see. Alright. This is a tattoo. You know what I mean? That's the tattoo on the back. It sound like a drum getting your back tattooed. So, but this is a freeform journey. It took me like 7 years to get freeform my hair because I was trying to look pretty. You know what I mean? Like natural. I'm not gonna have anybody's energy in my hair. One of the main reasons why I freeform is because I don't want anybody's female energy in my hair. even though I've had temptations to go get my hair twisted, you know, professionally, to encourage it to lock. And now one thing I will say about this, you know what I mean, like, I'm freeforming, but I do want the hair to lock first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to control the number of locks I have. I'm never going to do a style again. Like, everything is natural, you know what I mean? Like, the main thing I'm going to do is probably wear my do-rag. So my colors are red, white, and blue. Like I said, I have no connection with Africa or Jamaica other than Bob Marley, or, you know, people trying to force Africa on me to go back to Africa or learn something about Africa. Like, I'm all right. You know, I meet a lot of Africans here. Fuck I need to go to Africa for, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know nothing over there. And fuck, my passport fucked up anyway, so never going. I'll be here. I love it here. You want to taste of Africa, you go to any hospital and get played by an African doctor or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Or Jamaica, you can hit a Jamaican club and go in there and get played there too for not being Jamaican, you know what I mean? So I ain't going nowhere to go get played or not get the attention that's due me. So I don't really club no more. My life is like in the house, nursing my injuries, and, you know, dealing with my niece and nephews and my children. So I have nothing to prove. You know what I mean? I've been married and lost. So you see this? I want a few this thick. I don't mind some being this thin as long as it's healthy. If it ever gets unhealthy, then I'll just tie it to another lock. This is how long my hair has been growing it for a year and some months. Every month after a year has been the freeform lock process, which is very hard to, you know, I'm doing this alone in all videos on YouTube. So, you know, I do see the beauty in my face more so than I, you know, really get to enjoy the hair, because it's not popular in America. It's not liked, you know, it has no, you know, you popular on Facebook, I mean YouTube or some shit, but other than that, you know, black hair is not popular in the world. In the YouTube world, you cool, but in the real world, you know what I mean? Have no idea what I look like to people. Oh, I'll be back. I'm gonna come back live. I don't want this video to be too long, but, you know, you're gonna journeys. I'm not a dread.